Hey everyone, Kyle Walker here. If you love cars, fixing things, or just want to understand your vehicle better, you're in the right place. I share hands-on tips, smart driving advice, and straight-up car talk without the fluff. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around till the end. You don't want to miss what's coming up. Let's get into it.
Not every car has a special device that can show the temperature of the air inside and outside the vehicle. But these parameters can play an important role in ensuring the comfort and safety of traveling on the roads during unstable and constantly changing weather. Some drivers are simply interested in how many degrees it is on the street now, or how effectively their installed air conditioning system works. And this requires selecting and installing the appropriate metering device. Mechanical aerothermometers have long been a thing of the past. Now motorists are interested only in digital or electronic models that have excellent functionality, pleasant appearance, and other objective advantages. Functionality. When choosing thermometers in the car, many motorists pay special attention to the functions available as part of this or that thermometer. Electronic devices are based on the fact that they provide for the presence of a built-in microprocessor. He analyzes the information coming from the sensors and displays the corresponding parameters on the display. Such a device can bring to the car interior not only the ability to monitor the temperature. The thermometer also has a sometimes extensive list of features and simply attractive appearance. Thus, you can add a pleasant visual effect to the interior of your vehicle. But on the basis of external parameters, car thermometers are definitely not worth choosing. There are more important primary selection criteria. Therefore, car owners are advised to start with the functionality. All modern digital thermometers designed for installation in automobiles have at least two main sensors that predetermine their main functions. Namely, external sensor. This controller is located outside the vehicle. It is necessary for measuring the current temperature outside. Internal sensor. It is also the interior sensor. Analyzes and transmits information to the microprocessor and then to the display about the temperature inside the car. Internal sensors are needed not just to satisfy curiosity. Drivers can monitor how their air conditioning system is performing. It's not always the system itself or the climate control system that has accurate sensors. They don't work or are not designed at all. A glance at the digital display will tell the driver whether the cabin is warm or cold, whether the mode needs to be changed, etc. Motorists note that the outside temperature is often more frequently required than the inside temperature. One of the functions of the external temperature sensor is to warn of possible ice. Given the climate of some regions, sometimes just a few minutes are enough for the road to be covered with a thin ice crust, making it incredibly dangerous for road users. Knowing the potential threat, the driver can prepare in advance, reduce speed, change driving style. Do not forget about the banal need to get out of the car. By looking at the thermometer, a person will realize whether he should take a jacket with him or whether there is no need for additional clothing. It's a small thing, but it's also a matter of preserving one's own health. But manufacturers did not limit themselves to only two sensors. They went further and equipped car thermometers with additional functions and features. Therefore, when choosing a thermometer, should pay attention to the presence of timer, electronic clock, voltmeter, alarm clock, rain sensor, customizable backlight. Clock, alarm clock, and timer are quite handy devices. These features can come in handy in a variety of situations. Plus, the driver will not have to be distracted to look for a cell phone or other device to look at the time, watch the timer. Everything will be in front of his eyes on one display. The customizable backlight is also far from useless. At night, you can set the color of the display to a color that is optimal for visual perception, so you don't have to stare at the screen, and you don't have to glare at yourself. This minimizes the strain on your eyes, and the driver does not have to refocus his vision on the road. Another plus to your safety. As for the presence of a voltmeter, it allows you to monitor the voltage in the battery, again without using any additional devices. Built-in voltmeter in the thermometer contributes to obtaining timely information about the low level of charge in the battery. Thus, the motorist will be able to take appropriate measures in time, without turning off the engine or going to the service for recharging. This is an especially important function in winter, when the battery begins to actively discharge and can fail at any moment. Rain sensor is the newest addition to modern car thermometers. With its help, you can automatically start the windshield wipers. it is hardly to be doubted that the expansion of the set of functions will continue. Manufacturers are still actively thinking about what options can be added and what to please their consumers with. Advantages of digital devices. To measure the temperature inside or outside the car, you need a special thermometer installed in the car. No one disputes that, and the old aero thermometer perfectly measures the parameters. But the advantage is objectively on the side of the digital device, which is not so difficult to install in the car. Measuring the temperature with the help of sensors and microprocessor, the outdoor thermometer boasts the following advantages: maximally accurate measurement parameters, easy installation, compact size, attractive appearance, battery or cigarette lighter operation, detailed installation instructions, convenient mounting brackets, additional functions, backlighting in accordance with the time of day, a wide range of settings, etc. Read also, the right choice of protective covers on the car door, giving preference to such remote devices as a digital or electronic thermometer. It is important to make sure that it is equipped with the necessary and quality remote sensor. In addition, an external sensor is sometimes no more useful than an internal sensor. You should start with the basic functionality of the thermometer. There are models of thermometers on sale that are equipped only with a remote sensor and without an internal temperature controller. Thus, the device loses half of its capabilities. Even a wide list of additional functions does not always compensate for the absence of one of the key sensors. Recommendations on the choice. To buy, you do not disappoint. You need to competently and responsibly approach the issue of choosing a car thermometer to measure the external and internal temperature. Some people are guided purely by appearance, not taking into account the fact that the difference between even two externally similar and the same price can be huge. There are a few basic criteria that you should pay attention to when buying a digital car thermometer. Manufacturer. Despite the huge variety of offers available on the market, the vast majority of car thermometers come specifically from China. Among all Chinese devices, there are a number of noteworthy brands. But also do not forget about the huge number of fakes and simply low-quality devices. A good Chinese manufacturer is considered to be the firm VSD, which has received many positive reviews, and its products are actively sold all over the world. Also among the manufacturers stand out the Swedish brand RST. Although the company is Swedish, the production itself is also carried out in China. The price is a little more expensive than VSD, but the functions are much more accurate, multitasking, outwardly interesting, and attractive. Plus, some models have alternative operation schemes, i.e., they can function simply from batteries or can be connected to the cigarette lighter of a vehicle. Materials used. Conscientious manufacturers always install the electronic stuffing inside a durable plastic case. But often there are devices that are in a very fragile casing, which can break and crack from the slightest mechanical damage. Largely because of the poor housing, thermometers do not last more than 2 to 3 months. Visually determine the quality of plastic is quite problematic. But try to pay attention to the fact that the case was stationary. There was no backlash. All parts are firmly connected to each other. If when you press on the body plastic flexes, it indicates the use of too thin material. Buy such a device is not worth it. Also look for even coloring, no burn spots, and other signs of poor quality. Display. They are sometimes too compact, making it difficult for a driver with poor eyesight to comfortably use the capabilities of their digital thermometer. It is better to choose more solid in size screens, supplemented with special icons for displaying warnings. Functional display allows you to monitor several parameters simultaneously in time to notice problems or any potential threat, such as a drop in temperature or a drop in the level of charge in the battery. As for the color of the display and backlighting, this should be chosen by the driver himself, based on his tastes and preferences. Usually nobody needs a large number of different backlights. The main thing is that the color should not irritate, calmly perceived by the eyes, and not distract from driving the car at night on the roads. Power. Modern digital thermometers designed for cars use autonomous power supply due to batteries, or are connected to the onboard power supply through the cigarette lighter. There are such models that can work with 2 power sources. It is better to give preference to this option, which will allow you to connect to the cigarette lighter when the battery is discharged, or to free the socket in the cigarette lighter for another device, without depriving yourself of the functionality of the thermometer. Wire length. Choosing an electronic thermometer, be sure to pay attention to what length you have wires intended for the external controller of the temperature outside. The minimum value is 2.5 meters. With shorter wiring, there may be certain difficulties in the connection process. Mounting. The device is mounted on a special fixture that comes with the thermometer, but practice clearly shows that very often this element is characterized by very low quality or poor reliability. And if the well-known and trusted firms are all pretty good, then at dubious manufacturers the attachment holds extremely poorly. Literally 1 to 2 months of operation leads to the fact that the thermometer flies off, begins to fall. Another reason to buy thermometers from leading manufacturers. Voltmeter. If you plan to buy a thermometer equipped with this function, be sure to look at the voltmeter's operating parameters. They will be different for cars and trucks because the voltage in the onboard network is different. Cars require 10 to 16 volts, while trucks range from 22 to 28 volts. You can clearly see that it is not so easy to choose a suitable thermometer for your car among the huge range. Here you need to take into account many nuances. Look carefully at the quality and origin of the device. Take into account the necessary and optional additional functions. To make the choice much easier, many motorists simply study various ratings and lists of the most popular digital thermometers. This gives the opportunity to pick up a good and really noteworthy device on the experience of other motorists. Read also, device and characteristics of engine preheaters, binary popular models. Choosing thermometers for cars equipped with a remote sensor. Not everyone wants to independently understand the wide list of nuances of equipment selection. Sometimes it is much easier to study the list of popular models, and already among them to choose a suitable option. Among domestic consumers really stands out a number of digital thermometers for cars, which have gained well-deserved popularity, are in demand, and are currently considered the best thermometers. QS02, a model from the famous Quantum company, which is rightly ranked among the VSD and RST. The presented device is characterized by a wide list of additional functions. Users note the ability to accurately display the external and internal temperature, as well as monitor the state of the voltage in the onboard power supply. In addition, QS02 monitors the level of humidity, displays the current moon phase, and offers the user an alarm clock. The color of the backlight is blue. Tentatively costs from 2.5 to 2.7 thousand rubles. QS01. Model from the same manufacturer with accurate temperature display, simple and easy-to-use menu, pleasant interface, and very attractive appearance. For this, the thermometer is highly valued in the market. Plus, all this is enclosed in a robust and reliable housing. Of the additional functions, we can highlight the clock and calendar, alarm clock, moon phases, as well as a system for determining the current level of humidity. The backlight can switch between orange and blue color. The device costs up to 2.2 thousand rubles. QD01. Once again, the Quantum company, which has flooded the domestic market, but is absolutely deservedly popular among Russian motorists. It perfectly fulfills its main functions, but in parallel it can determine the voltage in the power grid, warn about the threat of ice on the road, and monitor the battery charge level. Depending on the time of day, the backlight can be turned on in blue and orange colors. Such a digital thermometer will cost about 2,000 rubles. QD04. A relatively simple device from a company already known to you. The display is illuminated only in blue color. It is characterized by accurate information about the current temperature inside the cabin and outside the vehicle. It is powered by its own batteries or cigarette lighter, depending on the situation and the driver's choice. Functionality is limited, although it copes with its main tasks perfectly. Hence the cost of no more than 1.4 thousand rubles. Under this label, a fairly popular model of digital thermometer manufactured by RST is sold. Like all previous competitors, it is noted here for accurate measurement of the temperature outside and inside the car. At the same time, the device is able to record what the minimum and maximum temperature was during the day. In addition, it is worth noting the function of measuring the voltage in the onboard power grid and the ability to notify drivers about the threat of ice on the road surface. The device rationally consumes energy, has a convenient stand for installing the thermometer in the kit. Backlight can be customized and choose between purple, blue, and orange glow. Buying such a digital thermometer will cost about 1.7 thousand rubles, another popular model of the thermometer for the car from the company RST. It is distinguished by the presence of a large LCD display, as well as the ability to choose between purple, orange, and blue glow of the LED backlight. Great for those who don't need too much information and extra features. Accurately displays the outdoor and indoor temperature, registers the values of minimum and maximum temperature. For such a device, it will be necessary to give no more than 1,200 rubles. Closes the list of the most demanded and popular digital thermometers representative of RST. Like all previously presented competitors, it perfectly and accurately reads information about the temperature inside and outside. The car registers the minimum and maximum temperature values for a day. At the same time, the device is able to warn about the threat of ice and monitor the voltage in the onboard power grid, informing about dangerous changes. The backlight is also three-color and allows you to choose between blue, purple, and orange. The kit includes a convenient and durable stand for installing the gadget in the car. It costs up to 1,700 rubles. Each of the motorists should realize that on this list of worthy options of digital thermometers is not limited. The market offers a wide range of devices that can adequately replace the market leaders and give an extensive list of additional advantages. Choosing yourself a car electronic thermometer, you should not forget about its main functional purpose. This is a device for fixing the external and internal temperature of the vehicle. In modern thermometers, oversaturated with additional options, the main functions are simply lost. It is also important to take into account that in pursuit of multifunctionality, many manufacturers forget about quality and miss very important nuances that can significantly affect the performance, service life of the device, and the quality of the information displayed on the display. Many functions actually turn out to be superfluous and useless. Plus, for them, you will have to significantly overpay, which is also not always in favor of the consumer. Responsibly approach the issue of choice. Carefully study all the proposed options, start from your own needs, and do not forget to take into account the main parameters that deserve the most attention when buying a digital car thermometer. Only in this way the purchased device will not disappoint you, and it will be able to fully meet your expectations, and in some places may even exceed them. In conclusion, selecting the right thermometer for your car is essential for maintaining optimal engine performance and ensuring your vehicle runs smoothly. Consider factors such as accuracy, temperature range, and ease of installation when making your choice. Whether you opt for a digital or analog model, investing in a quality thermometer can help you monitor your engine's temperature effectively, preventing potential issues down the road. Remember, a well-informed decision today can lead to a more reliable and efficient driving experience tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and drive safely.